everyone, hopefully I earned your sub today. I'm at 950 trying to reach 1,000 on this channel. So the Elder Scrolls 4 Oblivion leak suggests a remake is coming. This is incredibly exciting and more companies are doing this because remakes are the hot thing. Capcom has saw huge success with the Resident Evil remakes. People are hoping that Code Veronica or Dino Crisis will come. And Activision has also saw huge success with the remakes of Crash Bandicoot, the original trilogy, and Spyro the Dragon. So let's read this article. After an unexpected leak from an ex-Viturious Games employee, the iconic Elder Scrolls 4 Oblivion game is reportedly to make a return. Bethesda has been one of the market-leading game developers for over 2 decades, most notably for its staple RPG franchise of Fallout and The Elder Scrolls. Well, I mean, that's subjective because we all saw how Wolfenstein Youngblood turned out, Fallout 76 turned out. I mean, it's in a better state than when it launched, but still, I would say Bethesda has fallen from good graces. Deathloop, despite getting a lot of critical high reception, did not really win over the community as a whole. And then, yeah, it's just been not exactly high records for Bethesda in recent memory. The recent Redfall is also another great example, not exactly praiseworthy. The current focus for the studio has been the venture into new worlds, with its next RPG game, Starfield, being set in space. Starfield is set to launch September 6th for both Xbox and PC. That actually does look very good, but we'll see how it launches because Bethesda, again, is known for a lot of glitchy experiences with their open world games. However, a new leak suggests Oblivion fans may have a remake of 2006 classic could be on the way. And a lot of people have been asking for this because Skyrim has been re-released on every major platform since releasing on Xbox 360 and PlayStation 3. I believe for this generation it released on two different versions, the Anniversary Edition and the regular edition, and a lot of people are fed up with this. The latest version of Skyrim is not exactly well received because it's basically more or less a weaker version of the PC release, especially with all the mods that have enhanced the experience, and it has low-key mod support but not full mod support, so a lot of people are asking why don't you just get it on PC, which is a good question. Why is the Elder Scrolls Oblivion remake leak? With millions of fans still eager to get their hands on the next installment of Elder Scrolls, rumors surrounding the Elder Scrolls as a whole are always circulating. That's true. Like they released a teaser for that game back when Fallout 76 was announced, and a lot of people are like hopeful it'll come out, but a lot of people are still like prudent in their deduction that the game probably won't come out until 2027. Bethesda is very slow when it comes to these games. They'll just re-release Skyrim over and over again to the point that it becomes a meme. The latest unexpected leak comes from a now deleted Reddit post, which was posted on July 31st by a supposed previous employee of Viturious Games. According to the leak, Bethesda may be planning to release a remastered version of the fan favorite Elder Scrolls 4 Oblivion between the end of 2024 and the beginning of 2025. Hopefully it's not just a remaster and it's a full remake. Like, if you go back, you can see that the game it's really dated, but a lot of people would argue that the quest structure in Oblivion is better than Skyrim. Yeah, Skyrim has its moments, but I still argue that Oblivion had way better quest structure, especially when it came to the various guilds in the game, especially the Thieves Guild. The Thieves Guild in Oblivion's quest line is far superior than Skyrim, in my opinion. Same thing for the Brotherhood. So, you know, I was about to say Brotherhood of Steel. I'm talking about the Brotherhood when it comes to the Assassins. The Oblivion questline is so much better. According to the leak, I already read that Oblivion was first released in 2006, sold an impressive 9.5 million copies, and received high acclaim. The game is said to be created using Unreal Engine 5 with enhanced graphics and changes to its gameplay. Although the deleted Reddit post should be taken with a pinch of salt, a mod of the subreddit Gaming Leaks and Rumors has suggested that they have received confirmation of the leaker being an ex-employee of Bethesda. If the leak holds true, longtime fans of Oblivion may not have waited too long to relive their memories of the beloved game. Executive producer Todd Howard announced in June of this year that the fifth Elder Scrolls game, Skyrim, has sold 60 million copies, making it one of the best-selling games of all time. I mean, you re-released it on every major platform. It's going to sell well. At E3 2018, it announced that the highly anticipated sequel to The Elder Scrolls 6 is officially being developed, although it's suspected that fans will not be able to get their hands on the game for over 5 years' time. Yeah, it's not going to release for a long time. This generation is still questionable, but with Microsoft now owner of ZeniMax Media and by extension Bethesda Game Studios, yeah, we can probably see the game released sooner than thought, but you know, it's still subjective whether the game will live up to its high expectations. Sometimes games do, sometimes they don't. Hopefully it does, but I would love to see Oblivion get the remake treatment that it deserves. It is outstanding, and it really was a new precedent for open world gaming when it launched. I remember when it launched, it really didn't click for me, but when I came back to the game years later, it did click, and I was like, this is one of the best games I've ever played in my life. You definitely need a different brain structure when you were playing the game during its time, but nowadays a lot of people are familiar with open world concepts than back in the day. It's the same concept than when I played Bloodborne. Like, it didn't click at first. I was struggling with the game, barely got past Father Gascoigne, but then once it clicked for me, I was like, oh my god, this game is fantastic. But I would love to see Oblivion get a touch of fresh paint, especially when it comes to the environmental design. I feel like the diversity just isn't there, but with modern touches, they definitely can refresh the environment to a more modern taste. Especially when it comes to Oblivion. When you go into Oblivion for the first time, it's outstanding. But then over time, you're like, oh my god, we have to go through this again, find the orb, shut down everything. It's just like another taxing situation that you sometimes have to do. But regardless, tell me what you think. Are you excited for the Elder Scrolls 4 Oblivion if it gets remade? Or will you just put a bunch of mods into the game? Because a lot of the mods for the Elder Scrolls 4 have updated the game to the point that it looks like Skyrim, so it is there. But then again, this would open the gates for a lot of people to experience this game for modern audiences if they remake the game entirely on Xbox, PlayStation, etc. So tell me what you think in the comments below. I'd like to hear other people's opinions. The article will be linked below, and that's it from me. Like, dislike, depending on your choice, and I'll see you all later. Goodbye.